from the national capital, where we're understanding protests have now broken out in the Mandawali area of the national capital, and those visuals are on your screens. We're now understanding the administration, in fact, reached the spot to try and demolish a railing of a Shani temple, which has now resulted in these protests breaking out. What you see on your screens are hundreds of people who've gathered on the spot. What we're also understanding is there is now heavy deployment to try and keep the protesters in check. Police forces also trying to contain these protests. You can look at those visuals on our screens as well. So protests have broken out as far as this demolition drive is concerned. Let's bring in our colleague Anshul, who in fact is now joining us on the broadcast. So Anshul, we're looking at those dramatic visuals that are now coming in, where we can see there is heavy deployment of the police force on the spot as well. But first, let's understand the basics. What really is the issue here? We're understanding authorities reached the spot for a demolition drive. Could you help us understand which areas they want to demolish?
So yes, this entire action is in the Mandawali area of the national capital, where not only a temple but also a mosque that is parallel to it. There are some parts so that is as taken by the authorities now, at the temple, the railing of that Shani temple is being deemed authorities, and hence authorities need this morning to demolish that part of the temple. Now, initially the protests that broke out, there were a few locals who objected to this demolition drive, and hence they gathered over there. Now, since the news has broken, there are several Hindu groups, right-wing Hindu groups, who have reached on the spot, which has created this massive presence of people on the ground, and that is the reason why we are seeing that there is so much tension that is prevailing on the ground at this point in time. Also, this entire protest is now taking a political turn as well. Several members of the Bharatiya Janata Party of the Delhi unit have also reached on the ground, and they are also carrying on with the protest. Now, since morning 8 a.m. itself, the police has been trying to pacify these protesters and have been trying to tell them that they should move away from the spot and should not raise any sort of objection on what is on the job of the government officials. But yet these protesters are in no mood to back down. There are many female protesters who are also on the ground, and that is the reason why it is becoming a very uphill task for the Delhi police over there to manage the situation. However, there are several teams of the Delhi police, and not only the Delhi police but also the RPF, who have been deployed on the ground just to make sure that the law and order situation remains under control. Since morning, the dialogue has been on. The police has been trying to pacify these protesters. The police is also making several announcements to these protesters to vacate that location and let the authorities do their job. But yes, the protesters are in no mood to back down. And now, since there is a political angle in this entire story as well now, it is becoming a very uphill task for the Delhi police to make sure that the administration is allowed to do its job, and hence we are seeing that this tension is increasing by every passing minute. There were a few detentions have also happened in this entire matter. The police has detained a few of the protesters who were on the front line at that point. Now, since the detention is happening, more and more people are over there, and hence we are seeing so much tension that is prevailing at this point in time.
Anshul, we just request you to stay on with us. Let's take a look at some other ground reports that we're getting.
लोगों से और बात करने की खास तौर पे महिलाओं से बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं कि कब आप मैम आप बताइए कि आप यहाँ पे अभी भी लगे, वो तो टीम तो जा चुकी है, क्या वो ये पूरा हिस्सा भी तोड़ने वाले थे?
तोड़ने वाले तो थे, तोड़ने के लिए ही आए थे। हमें तो सही कह रही हूँ कि हमें बड़ा शर्मिंदगी महसूस हो रहा है कि अपने ही देश में मंदिर के लिए हमें एक जैसे रिक्वेस्ट करना पड़ रहा है, मंदिर के लिए परेशानी झेलना पड़ रहा है। नहीं,
यहाँ पे आसपास कोई दूसरा मंदिर नहीं है?
सर, एक ही मंदिर है, वो भी छोटा मंदिर है, फिर भी लोग ऐसे परेशानी।
कितनी दूर है यहाँ से दूसरा मंदिर?
वो दूर है, अंदर जाके उधर है, मंडी के तरफ है, इधर नहीं है।
अगर यहाँ छोटा मंदिर तो हर्ज क्या है? यहाँ ना तो बस में कोई दिक्कत है, बस जा रही, इंसान पैदल जा रहे हैं, क्या हमारे हिंदू के मंदिर नहीं बन सकता?
जाहिर सी बात है कि नाराजगी इस बात को लेकर भी है क्योंकि इसके आसपास जो है कोई मंदिर नहीं है। ये आप मंडावली की तस्वीर लगी है, ये इनका और दूसरी तरफ है यहाँ पे किस तरीके से दूसरा मंदिर बनाने के दूर जाना पड़ेगा मंदिर जाने के लिए, और इसी वजह से ये जितनी भी महिलाएं हैं ये यहाँ पे तो क्या आपको पता लग गया था कि ये तोड़ने आने वाले?
हम चाहते हैं हमारा मंदिर रुका रहे, मोमडनों को प्रॉब्लम है, कोई ईद पे भैंसे लाते हैं, ऊँट लाते हैं, गाय काटते हैं, उनका पूजन खाना हमें उनसे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। 40 साल से ये मस्जिद खड़ी है, मदरसा खड़ा है, हमारे मंदिर से इनको प्रॉब्लम है।
बिल्कुल, देखिए नाराजगी इनकी जाहिर है। इनका यही कहना है कि किसी भी तरीके से
कोई रास्ता जाम हो रही, ना कोई दंगा फसाद हो रहा है। मंगलवार को बैठ कर होते तो अपना कीर्तन भजन कर लेती, और ये रास्ता है, गाड़ी बस जा रही, पैदल जा रही, क्या परेशानी है? अगर जाम होता तो हम भी सोचते भाई गलत हो रहा है।
बिल्कुल जाहिर सी बात है कि कई सारे इनके पास
So as you heard, voxes of people who continue to protest there. Now, as our colleagues are also pointing out, this entire protest is now taking a communal and a political tone as well. But let's stick to the facts. We're understanding there were notices that were given as far as this demolition drive were given. As far as this demolition drive is concerned, Anshul continues to be with us. Anshul, so, keeping the communal and political aspect aside, help us understand in terms of fact, were demolition notices given to people?
Yes, what we have been told from sources within the DDA is that there were several notices that were served to both the temple as well as the mosque in that area. But since these notices are generally given out by the administration, and scarcely we see any sort of action that happens on religious places. But this time around, since the G20 event is on the cards in the next few months, in fact in September itself, and hence this kind of demolition drive is being carried out across the national capital, where several temples and mosques are being the illegal encroachment or part of them is being demolished by the authority. Now, keeping that in mind, the demolition drive was supposed to happen today. Now, some part of that railing has been taken down by the administration. Now, since the amount of people that have reached on the ground, it is becoming a very uphill task for the administration to go ahead with the job in hand, and hence we are seeing this massive protest that has been carried out. On the other hand, if you talk about the locals over there and the temple administration, they are saying that they haven't received any sort of notice from the administration, and hence they are objecting to this demolition drive. So yes, it remains to be seen if the police will be able to get their hands on these people. Get their hands on these people and make sure that the job that is on their hand is done in a peaceful manner.
So Anshul, help us understand which is the exact area that is being demolished, because the voxes that we were just getting on those reports were many of the protesters that are women only seem to be feeling that only the temple is being demolished and the mosque is not being touched. But from what I understand, it's only a railing that is in fact being demolished.
So yes, there was this railing that was illegally encroached, that has illegally encroached some part of the footpath. Now that railing is supposed to be demolished, and not the entire temple. The entire premises of the temple is in fact a few yards inside that area, and hence no damage will be made to the temple. However, the railing that has encroached a part of that footpath, that railing is being taken down. Now the administration is saying that since this is illegal encroachment and it has captured a few parts of the footpath, hence the cleaning process of drains in that area is not taking place, and hence it is very, very important for the administration to make sure that this part is removed so that the drains should be cleaned. But yes, the protesters are in no mood to back down. They are not ready to cooperate with the administration, and hence we are seeing the tensions that are prevailing on the ground at this point in time.
Okay, Anshul, we leave the conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. Let's listen in to some reactions coming in.
हमारी ये है कि हमारा मंदिर टूटना ना चाहिए सर। मंदिर हैकर जबरदस्ती तोड़ रहे हैं, पुलिस वाले हैकर, हम हैकर इन्हें रात से हैकर बैठे हुए हैं और जबरदस्ती लाठीचार्ज कर रहे हैं सर।
लेडीजों को कपड़े फाड़े हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, बदतमीजी कर रहे हैं, महिला को बचने नहीं है, उनके साथ चिपकने कर रहे हैं, कपड़े काट रहे हैं, ये जबरदस्ती कर रहे हैं प्रशासन, सब लोग ये धक्का दे रहे हैं, बंद कर रहे हैं, धमकी दिखा रहे हैं।
ये आम आदमी पार्टी के सरकार की मुस्लिम प्रस्त नीति थी, क्योंकि पीछे साथ में एक मदरसा इलीगल बनाया हुआ था, लोग उसकी शिकायत कर रहे थे, और ये एक छोटा सा पेड़ के नीचे मंदिर बनाया हुआ था, और उसके लिए हवन कीर्तन करने के लिए एक ग्रिल लगा रखी थी।
कोई नोटिस नहीं है, हमारी रजिस्टर्ड आरडब्ल्यू है, कोई नोटिस नहीं है, किसी प्रकार की नोटिस नहीं। हमने आज ही बोला कि आप नोटिस दिखाइए, आप दिखाइए ना लीगल नोटिस क्या है आपके पास में मंदिर को तोड़ने के लिए।